They're here, not with glowing ships in broad daylight, but disguised as ordinary people walking among us like part of the crowd. You may have talked to one of them today and never realized it. Sounds far-fetched? But what if we told you there are documents, leaked files, suppressed testimonies, and a chain of patterns that simply don't make sense unless you consider this possibility? There's a plan, and you're part of it. While most people laugh, share alien memes, and refuse to look up, a silent elite has known the truth for decades. What's hidden at Area 51 isn't fiction, it's protocol. UFOs are no longer about if they exist, but rather why they kept it from you. You've been conditioned to ignore, to accept the official narrative, to laugh at anyone who dares to ask. But in this video, we're going to do what no one else dares, connect the dots, and show you why this reality isn't just possible, it's already happening. Get ready, because what you're about to discover may flip your world upside down. Not because it's absurd, but because it makes too much sense. Are you ready to see what's been in front of you all along? Most people believe that if aliens were really among us, it would be obvious, flashing lights, ships hovering over cities, or some gray being ordering coffee at a diner. But the truth is much quieter and scarier. The secret lies in the details, strange behaviors, unexplained absences, documents mysteriously disappearing. And of course, testimonies drowned in laughter. But when UFOs enter the conversation, the tone shifts, and denial becomes just another smokescreen. Ever noticed how certain public figures seem almost rehearsed? Perfect phrases, robotic expressions, unnatural calmness. Sure, it could just be media training. But what if it's something more? In 1996, an employee from Area 51 reported the presence of a creature that mimicked human behavior flawlessly. It wasn't CGI, it wasn't a suit, it was real. This story never made headlines, it was buried. But the witnesses, they're still alive, and they still remember.
Why do certain towns seem immune to deep investigations? Small cities where everyone knows something, but no one talks. Regions with frequent UFO sightings, yet the footage always vanishes. Coincidence? Or information control? The most disturbing part, the more you look, the more it seems that the alien presence isn't hidden, just disguised. And what if the next clue is something you've ignored your whole life? While everyone looks up, waiting for a flying saucer to land in their backyard, the real signs are here on Earth. The problem? People are too distracted to notice. That high-pitched ringing at night, that sudden signal drop every Wednesday at 8 p.m., these details have been recorded near Area 51 and brushed off. Coincidence? Maybe, but maybe not. When you connect the dots, the picture is chilling. In rural Brazil, farmers have reported UFOs hovering silently over their crops, and sometimes animals vanish overnight. One elderly woman swears a new neighbor never eats, never sleeps, and speaks Portuguese like a machine. The police said, he's just a foreigner. Right. The truth? Real aliens don't need big Hollywood scenes. They move in shadows, act with precision, and leave almost no trace. You won't find them with a telescope. You'll find them in the moments you brushed off as weird. What if the glitch in your camera wasn't a bug, but a warning? Dozens of ex-military personnel, scientists, and even janitors from Area 51 have gone public with shocking claims, only to be discredited, silenced, or disappear. One propulsion engineer swore he saw tech that defied all known physics, allegedly reverse-engineered from UFOs. A week later, he lost his job, family, and public credibility. Then there's the civilian nurse stationed near Nevada's desert. She said she treated a being that didn't breathe but was alive. She described pitch-black eyes and skin that reacted to human touch. Her interview vanished from the web in under 48 hours. The original footage? Never seen again. Curious, isn't it? These people weren't chasing fame. They had nothing to gain. So why speak out? Because they knew something the public doesn't. Aliens are real, and the truth is being silenced at all costs. And what if each of these voices is a puzzle piece of a much bigger picture, still hidden? In under a century, we jumped from horse-drawn letters to AI-run lives, from candlelight to quantum computing. Isn't that suspicious? Historical inventions took centuries. Now, revolutions drop every 6 months. Even some Area 51 engineers say, not all of this came from us. Microchips operating at impossible frequencies, materials that bend light, technologies patented out of nowhere with no clear test data, and many developed in facilities suspiciously close to military activity and old UFO crash sites. What if aliens aren't just living among us, but feeding us tech? Not as a gift, but as a test, or a trap. Every breakthrough might be a quiet push towards something we don't fully understand. If aliens are here, where are they hiding?
Beneath us, countless reports from workers, miners, and soldiers describe massive underground complexes, some connected by tunnels running across entire states. A former Area 51 guard once said the light down there wasn't electric, it vibrated. There are strange sounds from the ground in deserts, sudden signal interference, geometric corridors buried beneath natural rock formations. In Dulce, New Mexico, a miner claimed to have stumbled upon a floor of alien tech and was removed from the site the same day. These cities don't exist on maps. When they do, they're labeled as hazard zones or military restricted. Coincidence or containment? What if the real contact isn't happening in space, but in secret beneath our feet? It sounds like a sci-fi plot until the details line up. Eyewitnesses describe people who look human but behave off. No family, no background, robotic speech, emotionless reactions. Ever heard of the Men in Black? Some believe they're not government agents, but alien monitors in disguise. One journalist in Alaska reported being visited by two bald men with coal-black eyes and metallic voices. They offered no ID. They just said, "You've seen too much." He dropped his story the next day. What if these infiltrators aren't rare? What if they're in banks, schools, governments, observing, steering, silencing? The best disguise isn't a mask, it's blending in. And what if you've already met one? What if the alien presence isn't just around us, but inside us? Alternative geneticists and military biologists have identified strange mutations that don't follow natural evolution. In the past 20 years, cases have emerged of children with freakish cognitive abilities, photographic memory, electromagnetic sensitivity, even speech prediction. Too much to be random. Some leaked and quickly deleted research from labs linked to Area 51 showed DNA fragments that don't match any known species. Where did they come from? Why now? And why do most of these cases appear near UFO hotspots? Even ordinary people report bizarre changes, new sensitivities, strange dreams, and a feeling they're not the same. Could these be signs of a transformation? Or preparation? What if aliens aren't invading, they're merging? Media shapes your thoughts. That's not a theory, that's a fact. Every video you watch, every post you see, is filtered by powerful algorithms, and when it comes to UFOs and aliens, the censorship is intense. Every time real footage leaks, it's dismissed as a hoax, taken down, or the source vanishes. Why is everything about aliens treated like a joke? Movies, cartoons, memes. It conditions you to laugh, not question. When someone speaks the truth, they're mocked. Yet when content gets too close to reality, it disappears. Quietly, efficiently. What if this isn't just about hiding the truth, but shaping what you believe is even possible? The real trick isn't to cover up the truth. It's to make you ignore it, willingly. This isn't random. The sightings, the silence, the tech, it all fits into something larger. A layered plan where humanity isn't in control, just reacting. Aliens aren't invading, they're calculating. Silent, precise, like they're waiting. Some say it's a hybrid agenda, a merging of species. Others believe it's psychological conditioning, prepping us for the day they reveal themselves, or worse, when we accept them without a fight. What if we're not the main characters in this story? What if we're just extras in a play that started centuries ago? And what if the final act is already unfolding right now? Some people don't just believe in aliens. They say they've spoken with them. Sounds insane, until you hear the consistency. People from all over the world describe the same things: slanted eyes, telepathic messages, and warnings like, "You're destroying your planet." And these aren't random eccentrics. Doctors, pilots, engineers, soldiers. Many report sudden changes after contact, heightened awareness, new abilities, and a sense they were chosen. Things too strange to explain, too real to deny. What if these encounters are tests, preparations, or selective awakenings? What if one of these people is someone you know? Or worse, what if you already had contact but forgot? After all this, can you still see the world the same way? You can ignore it, like most do. Or you can start seeing the signs you always missed. The question isn't if they're here, but why they are. Are you ready to keep living on autopilot, believing what you're told? Or will you question, explore, and wake up? Maybe someone close to you already had a contact. Maybe you did. If this opened your mind, drop a comment below. Which part shook you most? What truth do you think is still hidden? Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next revelation, because what comes next might change everything.